Those who do not know how to live must make a merit of dying. Life does not cease to be funny when people die, any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. Now that we have learned to fly the air like birds, swim under water like fish, we lack one thing to learn: to live on earth as human beings. A life full of mistakes is not only more valuable, but also more useful than a life of doing nothing. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last, you create what you will. Gardening is the only unquestionably useful job. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. All professions are conspiracies against the laity. Forget about likes and dislikes. Neither is a consequence. Do what has to be done. Maybe it's not something to be happy about, but therein lies the greatness. Give a man health and the ability to direct his life, and he will never cease to question whether he is happy or not. Sufficient for a woman is a man who understands, but hundreds of women are not enough for a man till he really understands one of them. I'm not a teacher, just a fellow traveler. You ask for directions. I'm pointing ahead of myself and in front of you. Patriotism is a pernicious, psychopathic form of idiocy. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. The true happiness of life is when we are used for a very noble purpose. When the world goes mad, one must accept madness as sanity, since sanity is, in the last analysis, nothing but the madness on which the whole world happens to agree. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. The most tragic thing in the world is a man of genius who is not a man of honor. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Write your sad times in sand. Write your good times in stone. The right to know is like the right to live. It is fundamental and unconditional in its assumption that knowledge, like life, is a desirable thing. The only person who acts sensibly is my tailor. He takes my measure anew every time he sees me. Everyone else goes by their old measurements. The worst sin toward our fellow creatures is not to hate them, but to be indifferent to them. That's the essence of inhumanity. Miracles, in the sense of phenomena we cannot explain, surround us on every hand. Life itself is the miracle of miracles. Being hurt by someone you truly care about leaves a hole in your heart that only love can fill. Your right to enjoy happiness without creating it is no more than your right to use wealth without producing it. Science is always simple and always profound. It is only the half-truths that are dangerous. If all the economists were laid end to end, they'd never reach a conclusion.